Hello, Waffle Crew. I hope you're all doing great. I'm Mark, and today we're diving into more Reddit tales. If you enjoy these stories, consider giving a thumbs up, subscribing, or even hitting that notification bell. Let's jump into our first tale of the day. Sending lots of love, folks. Our first story comes from AnxiousFemme12, who writes, "My spouse's lifelong friend asked me for a favor, then shamed me in front of her relatives. I'm done playing the bigger person. I've been mulling this over for days, wondering if I'm overreacting or if I've been too lenient for too long. I'm a 30-year-old woman, married for a few years, and my husband, 31, is truly wonderful. Kind, funny, loyal, everything you'd hope for. After an ex betrayed me with his best friend, trust is a big deal, and my husband has never given me reason to doubt him. Until now, perhaps. I'm not sure. We have a solid marriage, enjoy socializing, and I get along well with most of his friends who've welcomed me warmly. Except for one, his childhood pal, let's call her C. She's always been distant with me, not blatantly rude but subtly off-putting, making me question my own perceptions. Whenever we're in the same space, she talks past me, never to me. I've tried, smiling, chatting, being kind, despite her giving me little to work with. She skips group gatherings but invites my husband over, which he always tells me about. He's open, never sneaky, but it still bothers me. I've invited her to our birthdays, cookouts, engagement party. She dodged them all, even our wedding. She only seems to contact him when she's reeling from a breakup and needs a shoulder. When I've mentioned this, my husband says I'm reading too much into it, that C is just socially quirky. Maybe. Then out of the blue, she texted me a few weeks ago, asking if I'd pose for her photography project. It caught me off guard, but I agreed, thinking maybe she was trying to bond. I felt a spark of hope. How naive I was. My husband offered to tag along since he hadn't seen her in a while and thought it'd be nice to catch up. When we arrived, her family was there, and it felt like walking into a passive-aggressive nightmare. Her mom and sister kept referring to my husband as our son-in-law. I laughed nervously, assuming I misheard. It got worse. During the shoot, they made snarky remarks, jokes about the one who got away, and some ties never break. Her mom even said, "We always pictured C marrying him, but life takes twists, doesn't it?" Sweet of her to step in, though. I wish I were exaggerating. C just kept clicking her camera, smiling, saying nothing, no attempt to stop them or redirect. My husband looked uneasy, shifting awkwardly, trying to steer the conversation elsewhere, but he stayed quiet overall. I endured it for an hour, posing, smiling, while feeling like the butt of a private joke. In the car, he was silent for a bit before saying, "That was odd, wasn't it?" I was at a loss for words because, yes, it was beyond odd, it was disrespectful, and the fact that he saw it, felt it, and didn't intervene left me feeling isolated. I'm exhausted from acting like C is just quirky or harmless. She knows what she's doing. I don't want a big argument, but I'm done with her in our lives. Not as a friend, not as a lingering shadow in our marriage. I'm tired of bending over backward to be the cool wife. I don't care about winning her approval anymore. Thanks for letting me vent. I needed this. Edit. Sorry. English is my third language, so expressing myself can be tricky. To clarify, C is a photography major, and this was for her final project. I'm not a professional model but have done some casual modeling, so I thought it was a simple favor. Why her house? Her wealthy family has a home studio with professional equipment, so it wasn't a regular studio. I expected just her and the camera, not a full audience with commentary. Background. I grew up in an emotionally abusive home, so I'm used to brushing off passive-aggressive jabs and freezing in the moment. That might explain why I didn't react more then, but it hit me hard later. I'll update soon. Thanks for your comments. Commenter. Absolutely. This person needs to be out of your life for your relationship to thrive. Her family ambushed you, treated you poorly, and your husband's passive response is worrying. Her behavior, avoiding group events, contacting him only when vulnerable, skipping your wedding, shows a clear pattern. This wasn't borderline disrespectful, it was outright rude. Commenter. This isn't weird. It's deliberate. C's been pushing boundaries, and your husband's been excusing it as, that's just her. Every time he engages with her, she sees it as a win. Now it's about how much he'll let slide at your expense. She's playing a long game, and her family's amplifying it. Commenter. This was a power move, and your husband's inaction let her think she got away with it. It sounds like they might have had a past he's not fully honest about. He needs to stand up for you. Commenter. If you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, fine, But his reaction now will show what kind of husband he is. Ignoring this, or excusing her, would be a red flag. Commenter. Time for him to grow a backbone. It's probably non-existent right now. OP's response. I'm used to downplaying this kind of behavior because of my abusive upbringing, where snide remarks were normal. Reading your comments made me realize how deeply disrespected I was. It hurts that my husband didn't stop it. I've been rationalizing it. Maybe he didn't want to escalate or isn't used to conflict, but that doesn't justify it. I'm talking to him tomorrow. No brushing it off, just laying it all out. I need to know where he stands. Thanks for the wake-up call. On the setup. I'm not a model. She needed someone for her thesis, and I've done hobby modeling, so I thought it was casual. Her family's wealth means they have a home studio with lighting and backdrops. I didn't expect her whole family there, sipping wine, making comments like it was a show. It was so awkward. On my writing, this is my first Reddit post, and since English isn't my first language, I used ChatGPT to polish it, which might make it sound scripted. But this was real, a bizarre experience I wish I'd imagined. OP's update. Thanks for the overwhelming support. It made me feel less crazy. To clarify, no, they never dated. He had a high school crush on her years ago, but that's it. I don't suspect cheating. He's always open, we share passwords, and they rarely meet. Maybe once every few months since we live 2 hours away. Here's what happened. I was still processing my anger towards C and my husband when my sister-in-law, M, who's close to me but not tight with C, sent me a message saying, "What is this?" It was a clip from C's friend's story, showing me posing during the shoot, with C's sister in the background saying, "C should have married him." I was furious. When my husband got home, I showed him the video. He watched it twice, his expression shifting to anger. I thought, why wasn't he this upset then? I spilled everything, every slight, every time C made me feel invisible, how I've stayed polite but am done. I said, if this doesn't bother you enough to act, we have a bigger issue. I won't beg to be defended. I need a partner who has my back. He didn't argue or deflect. I showed him the Reddit post, and he read every comment, some bringing tears. He said he felt like a terrible husband for letting this happen. He asked, "What do you need?" I said, "This isn't just about her, it's about whether you'll protect our marriage. I won't feel like second place." We called C. She answered cheerfully, like nothing was wrong. We brought up the video, and she got defensive. "It was just a joke. Are you serious?" My husband spoke up. "This isn't just the video. It's the constant disrespect toward my wife. I didn't call it out because I didn't want to lose you as a friend, but what happened at the shoot was unacceptable. You and your family treated her like a joke. I'm ashamed I didn't stop it. But that's over now. If you can't respect my wife, you don't respect me." She laughed, actually laughed, saying, "You're cutting me off over her?" I was ready to snap, but he calmed me and told C, "If choosing between you and my wife was ever hard, I wouldn't deserve her. We're not kids. Grow up. I'm done." We blocked her and her family. Since then, he's been attentive, listening, not just trying to fix things, but showing he gets it. He sees what I've been dealing with, and that changes everything. Thank you all. You helped me feel validated and helped him see the truth. Commenter. The fact that she thought there was a choice between you and her is wild. Update us, because this probably isn't the last of her. Commenter. This is what a real apology looks like. Own your mistakes, ask how to fix it, and act to make it right. It's a shame he needed a wake-up call, but his response redeemed him. What do you think of this situation? Share your thoughts below, and let's move to the next story. Our next story comes from Incident Correct 3352, titled, "Am I wrong for refusing to wear a wig at my brother's wedding? I'm a 23-year-old woman who decided not to wear a wig for my brother's wedding. When he got engaged, I was ecstatic, cheering from my dorm. But this wedding has been stressful, and, for me, it's reached a breaking point. At the first bridal event, the bride gave bridesmaids costly packages, up to $3,000, including a destination trip. I'm a recent grad with an entry-level job, so this was tough. We agreed on updos due to humidity. Months later, the bride texted me, saying she'd changed the plan and wanted me to wear a wig. I'd recently cut and dyed my natural hair, a big step for me. I asked if braids were okay. She said no, stressing uniformity. I asked for wig details, but she didn't send them for months. After a bridal shower, she asked if I'd bought the wig, mentioned the stylist's cost, and signed a contract with the stylist before I could respond. I offered to install the wig myself and let the stylist style it, but she refused, saying the stylist wouldn't work with someone else's install. I said I was uneasy about the cost and process. She replied, "Since you changed your hair, you're adding to the uniformity cost." In therapy, I discussed feeling like the family scapegoat. My boundaries are seen as rebellion. My therapist said, "People raise expectations when you always comply." My instinct said no wig. I told my parents, and my mom called me selfish. My dad said, "You were a kid. You couldn't say no." Then added, "If the bride doesn't get her way, you're out of the wedding party." I texted the bride, who said I could support from the audience. I replied, "It hurts to be told I can only stay if I change how I present myself. That's not unity, it's control. I love you, but I won't erase myself." She shared this with my family. The bride's been controlling, clashing with others. Even a maid of honor dropped out. My brother said she speaks negatively about our family. When I raised this, my dad yelled that no one supports me and blamed my mental health. I was told not to attend at all. My brother said he didn't care if I was in the wedding party, which eased some guilt. I said I'd show up as myself. The bride called me condescending, saying my choice was last minute and she's the focus of this new chapter, citing scripture about wives coming first. I replied that I'd voiced my concerns early. My words were clear, not cruel, and respect is mutual. I respect their marriage but value myself too. She sent this to my brother, who texted, "I love you, but she comes first. If you can't comply, you're out. No more talk." Edit. After my brother said he didn't care if I was in the party, I agreed to sit in the audience to support him. He's my only sibling, so I want to be there. Commenter. You're not wrong for refusing the wig or stepping back as a bridesmaid, but you might be escalating this. It seems they were fine with you not being a bridesmaid, and your brother supported you, but your approach feels like it stirred drama. OP's response. I left out details, but my family, including my brother, repeatedly criticized my character for not complying. I've been polite but firm. I like the bride and had no issues until now, but I get a say in how I'm treated. Commenter. Not the asshole. Bridesmaids aren't props for your photos. They're there because they matter to you. No wonder others are dropping out. Your compromise was more than reasonable. OP's update. Thanks for the support. This has been isolating, and you've helped immensely. I'm in another state, but returning tomorrow. I got my hair done yesterday, a sew-in at a trusted salon. The color's bolder than planned, but it's cute and professional. The bride recently said colored hair was fine if in a ponytail, so I did that. I sent my family and the bride a calm message with photos saying I'm not trying to steal focus, that being given an ultimatum over my appearance felt wrong, and that I've never had issues with the bride, but she doesn't control my choices, especially without compromise or financial help. My brother replied, "Your actions eliminated any chance of fixing this. You're out. Final." I said, "Okay." I called my mom tonight about the wedding, and she repeated that I'm dramatic, trying to ruin the day and will cause a scene. My parents seem to be posturing now, likely because my absence might look bad, but it feels performative. Some asked about my relationship with the bride. I tried. I shared a painful college experience with her, hoping for empathy, but my mom said the bride now feels uneasy about me attending because of that. Some thought my message to her seemed drawn out. Maybe, but marriage is sacred to me. My parents have been married nearly 40 years, my grandparents almost 70. I want that too. Not just a wedding, but a lasting bond. That's why I've tried so hard to show up, even when pushed aside, because I value family and hoped they valued me. What do you make of this? How would you handle it? Share your thoughts below.